Hey everybody, Kane here, and welcome to another video of Art of Conquest. In this one, we have the new hero. So I have purchased it, I have tried it out, and to be honest, I do believe this hero is pretty broken. But I don't have the necessary, research to kind of say whether or not he is incredibly broken, but he does have quite a lot of damage. He does have the ability to 100 to 0 heroes, and of course, a lot of things that he can do in PvP. Maybe a little bit better, maybe a bit faster than some other heroes. Basically, I would call this hero a mini version of Avril, but very RNG. And I mean, not always in the places where you would want it to be, but it has a pretty decent amount of damage. So, first, let's give it a shot for what I have on him. So, I currently can only make him level 70. I have the Drake set, which is, I do believe, one of the most important things on him because majority of his damage comes from his abilities, and they do pose a lot of damage increase. Aside from that, he gets crit damage bonus. His abilities have, I do believe, crit scaling. So if you cause a crit, you do percent HP damage as a bonus and all that kind of stuff. As well as bonus physical damage is always welcome because he does so much damage in such a wide area, it's insane. Aside from that, we have 30% attack speed, we have 10% shield, and 10% physical damage increase every some seconds, and we have some magic resistance. So, as you can see, I am currently using an hourglass. Yes, I do have the spear bought, but it's 3.5 stars. However, what I kind of noticed is that this particular hero is very, very susceptible to CC. And majority of his, rather, the hero's effectiveness is down to him not being CC'd. Now, if you CC him and he gets disarmed and he doesn't do almost anything for a decent portion of his time, pretty much he's almost useless. Now, the thing about that is if he is able to cast his abilities, he's gonna be dishing out huge amounts of damage. And I do mean huge amounts of damage, and that damage is not fake. So that is kind of pretty crazy. Again, you have to keep in mind that my hero is level 70. So if I would make him 75, this would be like close to 500 million HP, and pretty much I think somewhere along the lines like maybe 800 million attack. So he would be enabled to do insane amounts of damage even without a lot of stuff thrown his way like armory, hero mastery, whatever. He would be able to do a lot. So my artifact selection is kind of, I guess, based on the placement of where I put him. Now it's also on the test period, so I'm gonna be trying this one for a little bit. I'm gonna be trying this one right after in a different placement, and pretty much we'll see which one kind of performs better. But I do like this one because of where I place him, and he's actually performing not too shabby. Aside from that, this is my potential. Yes, I have made it 70. I do believe he requires 70 to perform very well. Now, the choice between these two, I selected this one because for every dragon energy, his damage and crit damage is increased by 8%. So he has 5 energy, his damage increased by 40%, crit damage for the same amount. As well as, of course, I leveled it because his damage and attack speed increased by 40%. So basically, 40% damage, 40% damage, huge amounts of damage increases. Then, of course, we have this. So basically, this particular selection is between single target DPS when he has more energy. His third stab does his third stab and the dragon's energy is guaranteed to crit, Now, the crit also does HP percent damage. I do believe like this is that particular one. For every crit that the Drach and the dragon inflict on target enemy, deal additional damage equal to 5% of the enemy's max HP. Now, crits, they can happen on, I do believe, most of his damages. So that's a lot of damage that he's able to dish out. So that is the sort of selection between these particular things. But personally, I kind of want to select this one because I don't know. I think it's a little bit more reliable. The thing is, he throws a lot of the spear, like a huge amount of spears. And this particular one will have multiple damage procs, might knock particular heroes to death after the invincibility faster, which reduces prism arrays, which reduces their buffs, their bonuses, which in turns can actually reduce the HP, attack, other values of other heroes, and essentially this might be a tad bit better than the other one. That is why I kind of selected it. Currently people are going around these two, as I guess this one is more like maybe trying to kill a dragon, maybe gladiators. This one is more of like AoE based, faster killing in terms of like frontline heroes, etc. Then, of course, we have the last one. Basically, this is just a no-brainer. Every crit by the dragon inflicts additional damage based on the enemy's max HP. Now, this is this is incredibly broken, right? Because a lot of his damage can crit, and in comparison to this range of the fireball increase, this is nothing. Like, you probably wouldn't even want to level this unless there's something, bugged or whatever. Like, this happens only every 6 seconds, whereas he's dishing out those spears like left, right, and center. Like, sometimes there's like 10 spears on the field or something, like 8 maybe. It literally fills the entire screen. So, in terms of the abilities, I maxed, again, as I said, the ultimate, 40% damage and 40% attack speed with a little bit of accuracy. Then, of course, I leveled to 9 these 3 abilities, and with the leftover points, I got 1 into Surging Flames, and the rest I spent on Hardened Scales. Basically, I kind of added a tiny bit of reduction for him, a tiny bit of lifesteal to help him sustain from wherever I placed him. Now, kind of seeing some people level this to maybe level 10, some people this to level 10, and lower this one, but that kind of depends on where you place him, right? So it really depends. So there are a couple of builds going on. At the moment, we don't necessarily know which one would be the better one. In terms of hero mastery, I placed him on, I think, Rage 8, where it's the minus percent resistances or so. And in terms of the other core, I placed him on Spectral Explosion. So I've done a couple of battles. Now, mind you, I have done PvP on iOS, right? And iOS is 60 frames per second, zero lag. I just entered the battle and I'm casting skills left and right. In this one, I enter battle like 1 to 2 seconds too late. And even then, I get a couple of declicks. And it's insane. Like, PvP on Android, after I've seen iOS, it's horrible. It's insane. It's horrid. So my account is being, I think, transferred to iOS in the next few days. So the videos might be better, but mind you, I'm still trying to figure out how I can screen mirror. And most of the screen mirrors that I had or tested, the graphics are awful. Like, the frames are good, but the graphics are awful. So I'm gonna try plenty of things, but mind you, if I cannot do any better than what will be in the future, I do apologize. So aside from that, the main damage is in terms of the hero. So we have to restart another time to show you the damage. So this is where I place him. I place him in the very front line. Enemy had Rufio because of Hourglass. He did not get stunned. So check Gan, check Yip, check this front line right here. Boom. Sizo proc to invincibility, Gan proc to invincibility, boom, Yip proc to invincibility. That's all Drach's damage. Of course, he did damage to the front line as well. Boom, 2 heroes dropped pretty much just because of Drach. So, we procced Lunella as well. Now, he is procking the spears, all that kind of stuff. Now, my buddy was watching this as well, and he said the moment the spear landed, the dragon also died. But I had the Lee, I had Avril in there, so it kind of depends. But the thing is, if the heroes walk up, pretty much Drach can kill them pretty easily. Now, it didn't showcase these heroes. Of course, Drach was proccing spears left, right, and center. He was also doing frontline damage. But this was just area damage that he can RNG and proc further in front of him. Let alone like this side of the, I guess, talkers that he was just obliterating himself. Right, so this particular one, you can see high damage in terms of Drach, but you have to be aware that he did a lot of damage. He killed heroes on his own. So, to be honest, even as level 70, he was performing decently. Now, I just showed that particular battle because his damage was very visible in that one. Other battles, it's a mix between Avril and him. So, this one was just pretty much showcasing that he can do that damage. So, my main goal at the moment is leveling a couple of these rogue researches. Do have a few speed ups, but unlikely that I will be spending them for probably the next 1 or 2 months. But yeah, until then, I will try to give it a test and see how it is. I will release more, I guess, live PvP battles or so whenever I get to test him on an iOS. Then those replays would actually be more fun. But Android, I don't even know if I can stream anymore, because with this last patch, PvP has become even worse for me. So I don't even know, guys. I do apologize for that. But yeah, to be honest, this particular hero seems kind of broken. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something new. If you did, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. So as if you would wish to support me more than just watching my videos, I have made a Patreon page where you would be able to do just that. In return, I would be able to help you out more individually in terms of events, PvP formations, and stuff like that. As well as I would like to thank all of my patrons for the support. I really appreciate it for your subscriptions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe out there.